I'm here with Be Creative Crafts, and welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? I am doing well. It is warm and toasty back here in Tennessee. I think they were saying we're going to get up into the triple digits. Not a fan, which also is making this room hot again. Wasn't too bad last week. Tonight is hot. But anywho, let's see who's in the chat. There's Mr. Rudy. He said your birthday is in 3 months. It is. It is in 3 months from today, as a matter of fact. There's Miss Angela. Welcome in. She says hi to Pam and everyone in chat. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. She is doing fine. Drinking water, working on triangles for an Afghan and a top. Ooh, nice. And check it out, y'all. Anybody want to take a guess what I'm drinking? I'll give you to the count of 3. Go ahead and type in your response, and then I will show you. There's Miss Angel. Welcome in. Rudy, writing your blog. You know, I couldn't have told you what day he passed away on. Did not know. All right, y'all. In 3, 2, 1, ba-bam. I'm actually drinking water. What? I know. Y'all are shooketh to the core. Get it? Core. Anyway, I really like this water. I'm not a big water drinker, but I really like this one. It's got electrolytes in it. But I like it too because it's got like a big opening. It doesn't have the little teeny tiny opening, which I don't know why that would matter. But anyway, so yes, I'm drinking core water. Not sponsored, just drinking it. Angel said, that's crazy. I know. Rudy said 8:31 Central. Yes, it is. It is here as well. All right, y'all. So remember I showed y'all, for those that were here, I showed you this hat. Oh, wait, before I get started. So I don't know why my camera is making my hair look super dark. Rudy says, you've got an accent saying water. Honey, I have an accent saying everything. But anyway, I don't know why it's making my hair look so dark. Kimberly messaged me. She's like, did you dye your hair? No, I didn't. And like, if I get right in the light just right, you can see, no, it's still the same old dark blonde with gray streaks. So I don't know why it's showing it so dark. But anyway, hey, there's Miss Kimberly, as I mentioned her into existence, and Miss Nancy. Welcome in. Okay, so as I was saying, I showed y'all this hat last week, I guess, and this is the granny square I was gonna put on it, but once I blocked it, it's kind of big. It's, well, actually it doesn't look as bad like up on the screen, but it opened up these holes like once I blocked it, and now I can see the stitching behind it, and I know that's gonna bug me. So this granny square is a variation on the sunflower granny. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, although looking at it, I think it looks exactly like the one I'm gonna do tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boom. Yeah, it is. It's exactly like the daisy. So this one was I got this one out of an old magazine, like 70s maybe. I don't know. I found it on my library app. So I don't know if it's the 70s. It was 70s, early 80s, something. But they called it the sunflower. And then the one I decided I was going to do. Oh, Nancy says, sent me some jewels. Yay, thank you. So it looked like the holes were smaller. I don't know. We're going to try it. Hey, Robert, welcome in. Whoop, whoop. Let me scroll back up. Making sure I haven't missed anybody else. So welcome in, welcome in. So the one we're making tonight is called the daisy, or apparently it's also the sunflower. I don't know why I didn't think that, but so we're gonna go with that, and we're gonna give it a go. Now I also made a hexagon one, but once I blocked it, I thought it looked too big too, because it started out about this size, but I'm thinking if I go to a smaller hook size, this one will work but do a smaller hook size, but I want to fill in these holes some. So, hi Mom, welcome in. So I guess I need to edit my description too, because this, as I'm sitting here looking at it, is pretty much exactly the same. Because it has 12. Anyway, we're gonna get going. How about that? Let's just flip the camera. I'll show you the other one, and then we'll let me flip the camera, show it to you. Then we're gonna take it off, and I'll show you how big it is on here, and then we'll see what we got going on. Where is my camera? There it is. And switch. Okay, so this is the one that I had made. Move the little. Hey, Bridget. Angel said add a backing on it. Oh, I could do that. Absolutely could do that. Okay, so we're gonna unblock this little guy here, and then we're gonna see how big this one is on the hat. Now, when I put it up there yesterday, it looked quite large. Let me move all my little. Oh, hey y'all, and if y'all need some extra, like if you have a backing board or a blocking, and you need the little pins, let me show you what I used. I bought these bamboo skewers at Walmart, and they're really long, but they work great. You cut them in half. The other end is a little bit big, so you may have to like squish it. I took my pliers and squished it down, but it'll fit in there as well. Can you see where it went? So Robert said, you are so close to 5,000. I am so close to 5,000. So very close. Yes. Slowly inching up there. Okay, let me turn the camera back around right quick, and let's see how whoops. See how big this one looks on here. Okay. So if I did it that way, it's too big, and it goes way up on the top. So I didn't really like the way that laid, but it does cover the words, and then I could do it this way. But if I do it this way, it still shows part of the words here or here. So this shape doesn't quite work for this hat. Now, if I had like a hat that didn't have anything already on it, that would work. So, but I liked how this one had smaller gaps, and so I wouldn't be able to see it unless I squinched it down on the bill of the hat. But I don't want to do that. I want it to fit in there just so. Okay. Whoa. Let's throw you back over here. But if, Angel, that's a good idea. If this one turns out, if the one we make tonight has the same size holes, then I could absolutely, I hadn't even thought about that. I could put like a piece of felt on the back of it, and then boop. And if I did that, I could glue the felt on, and then I could use the black fabric glue. Bam. Look at you. That's using your noggin. Because I hadn't even thought about that. Not even thought about using a backer. Okay, now let me flip my camera back around, and I will show you what you're going to need, and we'll get started. Nancy says, don't forget to hit the thumbs. Yes, please, and thank you. I would appreciate it. I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. And take this hat off for a minute. Whoa. And I'm going to turn off, where do I do that? The mirror, so that when I move my stuff left or right, I'm going back right. Okay. There's what that one looked like, which I thought that one was really cute. I don't remember what this one was called. It was also in that same Granny Square magazine from the late 70s, early 80s. And it was to make a Christmas Granny Square table runner. And I think this was supposed to be like red and green and, you know, all the Christmassy colors. But, okay. Move this guy out the way. And these are the, so this is the fabric, it's fabric glue, but it's a glue stick. But I thought about the mini ones instead, about the full size. I'm not sure where my full size glue gun's at, but anyway. And then these glow in the dark, and they're mini. So I thought that would be fun to use for some sort of project. And then these are minis, and these are also fabric sticks, but these are the black ones, which I don't think I even told y'all. So I have these black fabric sticks, but I'm afraid if I put them on the back of that light colored yarn, that you'll be able to see it. But if I end up putting a backing on it, like Angel just suggested, then I would absolutely be able to use these. But I also think that just a regular glue stick is going to work, because it's not like it's going to be have a lot of wear and tear or pull on the hat. Okay, where's my box for these? I didn't know. You know what? Let's just stick them back here on the shelf. Let's see. Nancy says she has the card deck of Granny Squares. She might grab and play. Well, yay! Please do. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some yellow. Now, this is going to be way more yellow than I'm going to need. But I just wanted to show you what I'm using. So I'm using Red Heart Super Saver in the color Bright Yellow. And let me turn off the autofocus so that it will quit jumping in and out. Scrolling up. Let's see. Miss Kimberly said, sorry, she just missed everything. David came in with secret birthday stuff. Ooh, that had to be hidden. Don't even know what you're doing right now. I am showing yarn, and then we're going to get started. So I think in the one I made the other night, I don't remember what size hook I ended up using with this, because this was the all-in-one granny, and I was trying to do it so that I did not have to cut any of the yarn. So there were no tails to weave in except for at the start and at the end. But let's use, so what's a 4mm, y'all? What size hook is a 4mm? Anyone know off the top of your head? So that's a J, H-I-A-C-O-G. No. Is it an F? Is that an F, maybe? That's a 6.5. That's not what I want. I want to start with this 4. What say you, chat? Is it a 4? 4mm? Is it a, well, is it an F? I know I got one in here somewhere. There it is. Oops, flip it over so y'all can see it. We're going to go with the 4mm. Usually I have a box sitting here that tells me all my sizes, but this is a dots hook. So I'm going to guess that that's around an F-ish. Okay. Find the end to the yarn. I'll stick it back here. Alrighty. Now I'm going to do mine, I believe, with a magic ring. You can start yours with a chain, but I'm going to do a magic ring, and then I'm going to chain, let's do a chain of 3. And then I'm going to work 11 double crochets. Nancy says a 4mm is a G. And then we're going to work 11 double crochets back into that ring, and that first chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So you'll have 12 double crochets total. I think that's 6. Yep. So I need 6 more. Sorry, y'all, gotta count. I think that's 12 right there. Well, let me wait. Let me count that before I finish my 12th one. Let's see. Yes, so I need one more. And Nancy, or Robert's talking to Nancy, said, I never seem to catch you live these days. And she said, I'm sad because I don't get to say whoop whoop or whoop whoop. Okay, pull that a little tight. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my 12th one. And then I'm going to throw my little loop-de-loop up over that. So it kind of locks it in. And now I'm going to close my center more. Woo. So now we're tight. And then I'm going to jump over here to my first double crochet, or my chain 3, and go into that top one there. And where's my little tail? Throw my tail back across there, and then I'm going to slip stitch. And I have got that tight, and probably because this hook is not what I normally use with this yarn. Come on. Where'd you go? And then I'm going to chain 1, find my scissors amongst all this. Oh, I got some right here. And snippy that off. Go ahead and pull that out. And then now I have a little tiny, oh, I'm sorry, I'm like off screen. Y'all should yell at me, be like, you're off screen, girl. Because when I was recording the other day, I had to sit way up here like this because the mount I was using kept falling. So that was where I had to have it at. But now I can sit back a little. So that's what we've got right now. Now we're going to swap off and grab some white. I'll show whatever. And I got this Ogo. Looks like a neck pillow. And okay, gotta find an end to it. Either end, doesn't matter. Talking to myself here. One of the ends. End. And Miss Angel is letting y'all know when Miss Nancy is live, so y'all can be on the lookout for her. Okay, Mr. Ogo, where am I going to put you so that you are out of the way? But yet, so I can still get to you. Let's try. Get it there. Okay. Nancy said, I was just about to say you were off screen. Thanks. Alrighty. So now we are going to grab some white. I'm going to do a slip stitch onto my hook here. And I'm going to put myself a little, okay, there's my ink pen right there. That is my don't go past that ink pen or you're off screen notification. Okay, so we're going to pick any of these stitches and join our white yarn. So I'm going to do a slip stitch on, pull it tight, and then I'm going to chain 3. Now I'm thinking how I want to do this. And then we're going to work. So I'm thinking how I did it before. I'm just going to go ahead and try to do it the right way. So we're going to work 2 double crochets together. Because I started doing this with the other one, and then I did a variation on it and changed it up and changed the little crochets together, and I did them as I think I did them as a puff stitch. No, I did them as a popcorn so that they would pop out a little. I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. Miss Bridget is working on a fairy for her sister as she watches, and she will be in the bushes. My love to all. Well, thank you, Miss Bridget. Nancy said move down a little bit. Right there? How's that? And I think I'm going to have to do chain of 2 in order for this to lay flat, because if I do 1 chain, I think it's not going to be enough and it's going to make it stand up, I think. We'll try it with chain 2, and then if I don't like it, then I shall we'll frog it and fix it. Okay, so now we're gonna do 3 double crochets together in that next stitch. And then all 3 together, and then chain 2. Do I need to zoom the camera down? Can y'all see it okay? Am I too far away? See, I think that's probably gonna work, maybe. Let me know before I go anymore. Do you want me to zoom down? Here's what it would look like if I zoom down one time. Zoom it down here or take it back out. It's a good distance, so zoom it back out or right here. You can go the distance. Dee -dee 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 -dee. Zoom it back out. Okie dokie. Boop, boop, boop. Okie dokie. This little guy's in the way. Let's see if he'll stay like that. Maybe. See, like with my skein, I can just tuck it up in the little corner there, but this little guy, like a little snake. Okay, so for those that are not familiar with how to do 3 together, you're going to yarn over, go into that next stitch. You're going to drop a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2, and then you're going to hold it there. You're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go back into that loop, or in that stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all the rest of the stitches on the hook. And then chain 2. Let's see, Angel says, I heated up a cheeseburger and didn't remove the wrapper, and it had aluminum, so it sparked, and now it smells. Oh, no. I've done that before. Actually, when I was in college, I remember it's like my first night in my apartment, my first apartment away from home, and I had brand new microwave, and my aunt had given me some dishes that were really beautiful, and they had like a little silver rim going all the way around them, and I put my food on it to heat it up. I popped it in the microwave, and I turned it on, and it was like lightning all in my microwave because the little silver rim around it was actually silver. I guess it was metal. So I like pulled the door open like super fast, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've done broke my brand new microwave. It was fine, but I learned real quick, do not put those plates in the microwave because they will create a lightning storm inside the microwave, which scared me. So now chain 2, and then we're just going to repeat that all the way around, doing 3 double crochets together in each stitch. And I am already liking this a whole lot more than the one that I did with the all-in-one granny, because, hold on. Well, I just split that yarn. Come here, you. I'll grab it and show you. Because look, it was, I mean, it's the same. Look how, like, once it was blocked, and this one's going to be so much closer together. And all it is because I'm using a smaller hook. I think this one too, though, told me to go in the back loop only. So that's why it's all like, but I think it's because I used a larger hook. Angel said, yep, that's how it was. Oh no. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seeing where do I want to put this one here? Because that's where I slip stitched to join. So I guess it's got to jump over to here. Oh, I should have done this one as, that one's going to be hard to get 3 in. Because that's the chain. Okay. Well, we're gonna make it work. 1, 2. Should have done that as a, oh, I couldn't have done it as a standing double because that was in the magic ring. That wouldn't have worked. Oh man, I forgot to do my chain 2. Now I gotta come back. My mom said, yep, the smaller stitches look better. I think so too. I'm going to back this out one time and I'm going to work over that tail right here just to get it out of my way. So there's my chain 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now chain 2. Let's not forget that. Okie dokie. Now back over here. Drop you. We'll drop the white tail, and now we're going to work over this other yellow tail for a couple of stitches. 1, and there we go. Ta-da! And I think what I'm going to do is, so this one's just going to be like my little sample, but I'm thinking I'm going to go back, if I like the way it looks, and make another one using the all-in-one granny. Nancy said I keep creeping up. Okay. I'm going to use the all-in-one granny. Hey, Angela, welcome in, to put on the hat because I like these bright colors. But this is my little sample one, I think. I think that's my plan at the moment anyway. Okay, so then we're going to chain 2 and work 3 double crochets together. Or not. Or let the stitch fall and start over. Whatever. There we go. Hey, Angel says, I'm picturing a fried egg with this heat wave. It would be appropriate. It does look like a fried egg. Oh, and you know what? You can make some little crispy fried bacon to go with it. Yeah. I could go for some bacon and eggs, actually. That sounds pretty tasty. Did my chain 2. Now I'm going to do my 3 double crochets together. But yes, this heat wave is no joke, y'all. And they're saying that it's just going to keep on going, which, I mean, I shouldn't be complaining, which I'm really not, because, I mean, overall this summer, we've had a somewhat, we've had, here in Tennessee anyway, it hasn't been like mega, mega hot like it has been in years past, and we've actually gotten quite a bit of rain. But on the days that it has been hot, it's been hot. You know what I'm saying? Like hot, hot. And now we're supposed to be, back triple digits. So hot, hot, hot. But it absolutely does look like a fried egg. Now that you said that. Well, hopefully when I add the 3rd round, it'll make it look less like a fried egg and more like a flower. So we'll see. Angela said, I am sick of all this rain. It's been a lot, like a lot. For a while, it rained every day during the day. The past, like, probably week or so, we've had a lot of rain, but it's either been while I'm at work and it didn't stay long, or it's been in the middle of the night. Yeah. I know a lot of places have had, like, flash flooding. Okay, and we're to the last one. I think I'm going to double check my count here. So, yeah, My last chain 2, jump over here to this first chain. And I know I don't have to go through these 2 little legs of the V of the chain. I could just like go through them, but you know, I'm trying to be all fancy and everything. Angela said, yep, her driveway is nothing but mud and my yard is awful. My yard, like I remember in years past where we have not had to mow the grass at all for the whole month of July because it was so dry. But we've actually still been having to mow pretty regular because of all the rain. So my grass has loved it and my flowers. See, I don't like that little bit right there, but I might can pull that down when I sew in my tails, or I might hide it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's get rid of the white. And now I'm going to use this green, which doesn't really look green. Well, on my computer it doesn't look green, but it's green. It's like a hunter green. I'm not sure what the color is. I had the ball band when I came in here, and I've lost it. It fell off somewhere between the living room and here, so this is I Love This Yarn. It's just green. We're just going to call it hunter green because I don't know where the little band went. I'm probably sitting on it, to be honest. Okie dokie. Well, now. And I'm using green to make leaves, or mimic leaves. Make sure I'm looking at my photo here. We're not going to do it that way. I think it's 2 and then 2. Where did you go? 2, 2. Yeah. Here's. Okie dokie. Gonna join with a slip stitch. Oh no, Angela said, yep, she had a FedEx person get stuck in her yard. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Angel said she's over the tornadoes and heavy thunderstorms. Yeah, see, now I'm not a fan of when it gets dangerous. You know, just some rain that helps you sleep good, but no thunderstorms, no tornado. Well, no tornadoes, no wind. I could do without all of that. All right, now we're going to start in any of the chain 2 spaces. And we're going to do a slip stitch to join, just like we've been doing on the other parts. And I'm going to do a chain of 3. And that's going to be my first double crochet. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. She said she has been in the bushes, not feeling good. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. I hope you get to feeling better. Angel said all I could do was laugh because it was funny. Poor guy. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets into that same stitch. And now let's see, do I want to do a chain or do I want to just, I think I'm going to try it without the chain, and then if it starts curling in, then I can back it out and do a chain. So now we're just going to jump straight over to the next chain 2 space and work 3 double crochets. But I don't want that green in there because I want to weave that in better. Okay, so then we're going to do 3 double crochets. Yeah, I think I like that. Oh, sorry, back down. Okay, here we go. And then now this time we're going to work 3 treble crochets because this is going to become our corner, and we want to I want to kind of square it off. So I'm going to yarn over twice, and then in this next one I'm going to work 3 treble crochets of those. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to try chain 2 for my corner and then do 3 more trebles. And I know that's going to give me a big hole there, a big gap. But, whoops, hopefully it won't, get back here, come on. Hopefully it won't be too big. And then that's going to kind of hopefully square it off. Yeah. Angela said she is making a cross using perler beads. Oh, fun. My brother-in-law likes to use perler beads. He makes all kinds of cool stuff with them. And my niece, she's made like keychains. And now in these next two chain 2 spaces, we're just going to do 3 double crochets, just like we did over here. So 3 double crochets. Then skip over here and 3 double crochets. Well, if I get my hook turned right, that's what happens when I look up to look at the chat and not at what I'm doing. And now this next one is going to be another corner. So I'm going to do the 3 trebles. And I split that, so we're going to start that one over. But I think this one would look really pretty on a white hat, or a pink hat, or a pale blue hat. Like, I don't think it'll look as great on the gray because I think that border would blend. But if you had like a pastel colored hat, I think that would look really pretty. Okay, so then we're going to chain 2 and then 3 more trebles. But if you had like a pastel blue one, I think it would make it look like the sky. So, Miss Angela, what are you making the perler bead cross? Are you just making it to turn into something like a keychain or a bookmark or a magnet, or are you just making it for fun? Are you turning it into something else? In these next 2 here, we're going to work 3 double crochets. And I'm up again. Sorry, y'all. My mom says, I like that color combination. It would also look good on an orange cap. I agree. I think just about anything would look great on an orange cap. And Miss Angela's making a magnet. Oh, that'll be pretty. Okay, and now we are back over here. So I'm going to take my little tail and I'm going to lay it across that chain because this is where we ended that previous round. And now I'm going to work, this is going to be another corner. So I'm going to work my corner right over that tail. All it's doing is just kind of locking it down so that when I get ready to weave it in when I'm done, it's already kind of woven a little bit. So we're going to do 3 trebles again. We're going to try not to split the yarn like I just did. There we go. Chain 2. But if I can figure out a really nice pattern that I like, then I may make a few of these hats to sell at my next craft show, or maybe put on in the Etsy store. But first, I wanted to get the one that I liked the best. I wanted to get my pattern or my granny square that I want to use, and then go from there. And I also wanted to make sure, oh, sorry, in the next 2 spaces, do 3 double crochets. Angela said, yep. Again, had to look away and I lose my place here. She ordered some more perler beads so I can have more colors to make different things. Nice. So my brother-in-law and he makes them he makes things and then puts them on canvas. I have one sitting here at my feet. I'll show it to you. But he puts it on canvas, and then, like I said, he makes magnets. He's made magnets with his as well, but keychains and just different things. And he uses like pixel art and makes different designs. Seeing where I'm at here. So 3 more double crochets. And now we're ready for the last corner. So we're going to jump over here and do the trebles again. I'm telling you what, using this smaller hook made a huge difference from the way the first one, like the other one I think is laying on my bed that I made. Chain 2 and then 3 more trebles. Yeah, that hook size has made all the difference for the look I was going for anyway. And y'all, you can make these granny squares in whatever fiber you want. So if you wanted to use cotton, you could. Absolutely. You can use a DK weight. You can use any size yarn that you want. Just adjust your hook size. So if you wanted to make some little bitty baby ones, we're going to go over here. And I could also, you know, do the invisible join, like where you cut the yarn and you grab a yarn hook or a yarn needle, and yeah, we're just going to do it this way. All right, where did the scissors? See, I've actually put my scissors back in the right spot every single time tonight. Yahoo! I think that is super cute. Okay, let's turn the focus back on. Look at that. I think that turned out really, really cute, even though the light is glaring on it. We'll put my hand there so you can see it. I think that turned out really cute. Kimberly said, like your bee, so talented. Thank you. Angela, she's using hipster cotton yarn on a project. See, I've been seeing that hipster cotton, and it looks so pretty. But I think that turned out really well. And I think, where's my hat? Okay, now for the test. Let's see. Where's my Farm Bureau getting a lot of free ads, and I don't mind all the tiny hair here. Okay, so let's see. If I put it there. Okay, we're going to hide all these little tails. I'm going to fold them up underneath here. Come here, y'all. I will weave them in later. Okay, so now we're going to put this there. And I don't see the wording coming through. And it's wide enough that it's not going to show the stitching. Yay, y'all. I think we got it. And because it's small, and like, I don't even think this one's going to need blocking. Like, I think I can just, and I don't particularly enjoy blocking. So I think that's going to work. So I can take my all-in-one granny and make another one, and then bam. But I'm going to do it in these colors. So it's nice and bright. That's not coming across bright, but trust me, it's bright. Like if you look in the thumbnail, it's bright. Or if y'all have seen the all-in-one granny. I didn't even show y'all, did I? I did not. So I'm actually not using all the colors because there's multicolors. So I'm using, I started with the yellow because that's that's what comes out first is the yellow. And then I just did it in order. But you know, if you wanted to use the white, if you wanted to use an all-in-one granny and then cut it and make it work. But so what I'm going to do though is I'm going to have to color control because this is going to be way smaller. So I'm not going to use all that yellow that's here, but I can snip it. That's no problemo. And you know, I may actually, we're going to take a looky-loo here. Wait a minute, this is easier. I might use this yellow instead. Ooh, that would pop together good. This is like a mustard yellow. So I'm thinking I may use this brighter yellow. What say you, chat? Should I keep the mustardy yellow or should I go with the bright sunshiny yellow? Y'all can vote in there. Let me know. And then, so this is the all-in-one granny, and it is in the color soft white citrus twist. So let me know what y'all think. And let me find something with a lighter. That's lighter. Put Mr. Trucky Truck over. Well, that's still pretty dark. He still can't really. That green is just dark. It's hard to see. Wrong button. It's just dark. Sorry, guys. I was trying to let you see. Oh, wait, maybe. No. Let me turn the camera and see if it's, but it's really dark. But trust me, it's little granny squares or little granny stitches all around there. Y'all saw it being made, you know. Okay, brighter, brighter, brighter. Okay. Brighter wins. Okay, let me flip the camera back around. Hi. Okay. You still, well, kind of, you can kind of sort of see it back here. Let's see here. I got some paper towel. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what song that is. It just popped in my head. Ooh, maybe. Come on, lights. Oh yeah, I've got y'all. I'm like, why am I going backwards? I remember because I mirrored the camera. Hold on. Let me turn that back on. There we go. Oh, it's like catching it for like a split second. Come on. Come on, light. There we go. It blows out the white, but now you can see the green. But by doing the trebles in the corner here, it gives it that squared off edge. I did not do that on this one. I didn't do that on this one. And you can see it kind of is wanting to kind of drag it down a little. So if I did this one again, I would do trebles in the corner. Just so it gives it a little more up. So Mom said it does look good on white. It does. So, you know. Yeah, I gotta weave all those in. I'm not gonna make I won't make y'all watch me do that. But I will weave them in a little bit because that'll be too bulky when I put it on the hat. But I think that turned out really cute. Okay, so I will edit the description. So I used a 4mm hook. So whatever size that converts to, you know what? No, I don't have one here. I think Nancy said she found it to be a G, but some of mine show it to be an F, but I guess it depends because here's a 3.5 that says it's an E. But I had that problem last weekend, like, when I was doing the towel topper, I was using a dots hook and I pulled out a 4.5, which I thought was a G, but then I looked it up and then some of them said that was a G plus. So I don't know. Either way, we used a 4.0 to make this little guy, and it's the perfect size. So that's what I'm going to use when I make my next one, because look at the size difference. It's not a huge difference, but it's just enough that it makes it fit on that hat so much better, I think. So like if I put it in the corner, let's go corner to corner to corner. Because if I center it, it doesn't look that big. But if I do it this way, you can tell it's almost the whole row. So it cuts off like half, or I guess like half around maybe. But yeah. Let's see. Angel said, do you think you would wash the hat? If not, you can always paint the patch you're covering also. Yeah, but what I'd probably do though, because I think, and the reason I liked this because it matches the little St. Jude guy. These two match the outer color, so it's kind of color coordinating. But also, I'm gonna get. I have a bunch of hats in Amazon in my wish list. Oh well, a bunch. I just went and did a search and I found a bunch of hats, different ones. And see, you got the trucker hats, and then you also have the ones that aren't trucker hats where it's all like all solid back here. And I know a lot of them have been going on trucker hats, but I'm thinking, you know, it might look cute on just a regular hat too. Although this part might not be big enough. But I think this size works. It's harder to tell because of the, but it's just not, it's not real big. And it still leaves your little air holes. It doesn't cover them up. And if I wanted, you know, you could scooch it up just a smidge too. So it's not sitting right down on top of the bill. But I know that that brighter color is just really going to pop against this gray. But I think, I mean, I could wash it. I think. And my plan is to glue this little guy on and then go back with like either some whatever color my outer one is, or just the clear thread, translucent, invisible, whatever you want to call it, and stitch around it. I probably have some in my quilting with all my quilting stuff. And then just kind of go in the little stitches all the way around so it's kind of hidden. And then that way maybe it won't pull up, because if I glue it, you know, the edges could eventually start peeling up. But if I stitch it down, then it won't. So, but anyway. All right, y'all. That's all I got for y'all tonight. My little granny squares. Set them there. So these were the same basic patterns, just using a different hook. And like I said, this one was called, and I changed it up, and I, instead of doing the three together, I did it as a popcorn. Because the popcorn's where you do the stitches, take it out, go behind, pull it together, chain, right? Isn't that the popcorn? Because the puff is where you do them all together, right? Anywho, so that's what I did for this one, because I want them to kind of pop out. But I also thought that they would fill up the space more. Good night, Mom. I thought it would fill up the space more. But this one, like I said, was, it was in that old Granny Square book, y'all. Move this remote out of the way. As a, what I tell y'all, sunflower. But they also did the middle in brown, and then this part in yellow. So that, you know, just by changing up your colors, it makes it a different flower. So, I mean, you could totally do that in brown and then do this in yellow and make it a sunflower. This one, I searched through some old Granny Square stuff, and this one they called a daisy. But again, it's all because of the colors, I'm guessing. And it wasn't until we sat down to get this live started that I realized it's the same pattern, just with a different name. So I guess it depends on what Granny Square book or magazine or what you're looking at. But so sunflower or daisy, whatever, and you get a very different look depending upon what size hook you use. This is the look I was going for. This was too holy. So, all right, y'all. Let me go over here. And let's see here. What shall I play for y'all tonight? You know what we haven't watched in a while? We haven't watched Earl dance. So this is in honor of Mr. Earl over there at Little Treasure by Nancy's house. Thank y'all so very much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. This is for all of y'all. Woo! Go Earl! Go Earl! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo, woo. Thanks, Earl. Oh, that That video still makes me smile and laugh every single time. All right, y'all. Let's scroll back up and see if anybody has said anything. Oh, we got 3 comments. Let me read those before we head out. Oh, one is Mr. Nightbot. Let's see. Angel said, "Yep, you can almost put 2 across the hat. You really can. Like it's all the way over here to the to the edge to the whatever you want to call this, the mesh." But yeah. Oh, Nancy said he's watching with her in the living room. Hey, Earl and Jay and David and Gentry and all the other spouses and kids and families and friends that are watching. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Go back over here where I needed to be. All right, y'all. Again, thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all around the YT streets. Remember, be creative, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.